Hey everybody, this is J. Michael Straczynski's Rising Stars. This was one in the contest. So this will get sent in the mail to Fiverr's Revenge. It was a preview. I got this from Half Price Books, but years ago, I remember when this first came out, I loved the pencils versions of these books. Every time I see a pencil version come out, I try to get one. But this was, I think this is David Finch's artwork and working with Ku Cha. This is another guy. I think that's his artwork on here, but I think he did artwork on the inside with David Finch. But I love the artwork, and I love pencils, so I always pick these up. But let's do a flip through of this. So you can see all the pencils by him. And I think Ku Cha, I think they worked together on it because it's got cover by him, and then special thanks to David Finch. David Finch did some stuff as well in it. So, but I like the pencils, the layout and everything, how he did the layout. And here's a man with his date. Pretty night. Yes, it is. I had a wonderful time tonight, Bill. Me too. Best second date I've had since the last time we went out. I was starting to think I was getting too old for dates. That's silly. But as it goes on, they're just talking with each other, and he's saying something. Is that a falling star? Looks like. Isn't that supposed to be a lucky sign? Depends on where you live. Some believe they foretold the death of kings and the fall of empires. Really? How interesting. Isn't it moving kind of slow for a falling star? Yes, it is a bit. Listen, Corinne, could you go get me some more ice? The iced tea's warming up a little. I'd go, but you know how my back is. Of course, you just sit right there. So he's sending her away. He knew something was up. Hello, Doc. And there he is. Wow. This is cool. Look at the leaves on the tree. Everything. Jerry, you got a minute? Sure, come on in. Visitations and midnight thoughts. So you got the bricks and everything, just the layout of the porch. Really cool. You see the flame around him. The musculature, really cool. So, he's just like he just floats. This isn't a bad time, is it? No, it's fine. It's just I've got some company. I'll try not to scare her. That would be nice. He walks in and scares her. And see, she drops the glass. He burns it out with his eye flames. I didn't want to make a mess. So look at the cool layout there. The building, just the lights and the bookcase and everything. And he supposedly killed somebody, so she's all worried about it. His name's Pyre. So, and he said, the papers never get it right. She goes, he's supposed to kill somebody. He goes, no, those people were dead when I got there. At least the best of my recollection. So he's like, uh-oh. And she's taken off. She's like, she can't stay for that. He's let her know, hey, these kids, I guess they were kids, and he was supposed to look out for them and everything. He was a doctor and everything, and when they came into their powers and everything, he let them know that they could talk to him about anything. So that's why Jerry showed up at his house. So anyway, I was kind of in the area. I figured I'd stop in. Nice house there. This layout. See all the layout there? The little chair, how he's sitting in the chair, and the bookcase and everything. It's just really cool. I've just been thinking a lot of things lately, and I turn it off. What? He says, turn it off. I can't do that. Anyway, how long since you've turned it off? 2, maybe 3 years. Wow. Must be a strain. I'm used to it. Look, Doc, I can't risk turning it off. I have enemies. They could... He's just sitting there looking at him. Better. Thank you. I'll get you a robe. Thanks. So imagine being on fire, like your power for 3 years, 2 to 3 years. Wow. Now he's going to talk to him here. So is it true Jason had a kid? sort of. 3 weeks ago, Robert Daniel Miller, after his grandfather. Is that what brought you here? I heard something about it on the news, but I learned never to believe half the things you see. Anyway, I was just wondering if the kid was, different. Different like you? Yeah. Well, it's hard to say conclusively. We didn't know any of you were special for a long time until you were older and you came into your own. Of course, back then we didn't really know what to look for, so... Anyway, at this point, it looks like the baby's normal. What do you think? Okay, say good. Good, then at least the kid has a chance. Are you saying you didn't have a chance? What do you think? I still remember the first time my power manifested itself. Everyone around me was scared crapless. Can you blame them? The only other pyro before that was Lee, and I'm not Lee. I know Jerry. I know it now, and I knew it then. But you can't blame people for being scared. Oh, his eyes flamed a little bit, got mad. So obviously there's a Lee, some crazy, different version of him, or not a version of him, but a different person with fire powers or something. Was crazy or something. But it's just not fair. I mean, it's bad enough when normal kids treat you like a freak, but when the freaks think you're a freak, you're not a freak, Jerry. Then why are they afraid of me? I don't want to hurt them. I'm sure Lee didn't want to hurt anyone either, but things happen. As you grow more confident in your talent, as you demonstrate your ability to control it, they'll relax around you, accept you. Great, what do I do until then? How long until they accept me? I'll probably be old by then. Don't worry, Jerry. I'm sure it won't take that long. You could always go see him. What? He's thinking. You could see him, or at least give him a call. He might appreciate hearing from you. Right. Hello, Jason. This is Jerry. Oh, sure. I know we fought. I tried to kill you a few times, mainly because we're trying to kill me. But I just wanted to say congrats on the kid and good luck. Well, heck, he'd probably think it was a threat. I don't think you're giving him enough credit, or yourself for that matter. Yeah, well, it wouldn't be the first time. See, now it looks like David Finch right there. So maybe it's like a mixture of stuff. I like the layout. It's really cool. Now here, the first time the power manifested itself was like the first time a woman gets her period. It changes you. In some primitive cultures, you're considered unclean when it happens. Yeah, that's different. So, you felt unclean. I felt unclean. The way they all looked at me. Afraid. They haven't even noticed me before. Now they kept waiting for me to hurt someone. They didn't trust me. So I left. So he's like, he's running out. He sees he's in trouble all the time. I'm going to go through this a little faster. They put me in a probation, kept trying to find ways to make me toe the line. That's where Jason and I got off on the wrong foot. He collected comics and accused me of stealing his copy of Mega Man. Mega Man? Okay, that was where we first got an idea for costumes. Jason was a nut for the comic superheroes. The whole time he was a kid, he kept talking about how one day we'd all form the Justice Squadron or the Liberty Battalion and go around fighting evil. We'd have a secret base and uniforms, and I asked him who was going to pay for all this, and he said we'd find a benefactor. Well, at least he did. And now he's here he said he made a costume look really bad. You can see he made it himself. And named him Flag, and they didn't like the name. And he said, who came up with a name like that? And then the doc's talking about, I hear it was a focus group. They thought it sounded patriotic. Tested real well internationally, too. Since everybody's got some kind of a flag. And then there's something here, there's an unintended metaphor, if I've ever heard one. So something happened to him. Anyway, the day after he tried on his first, which cost him for the first time. His copy of Mega Man #1 disappeared, and he blamed me for stealing it. We've been on thin ice with each other even before that, but after that, it was never the same between us. Nobody trusted me anymore. He goes, did you? Did I what? Did you steal it? And then you look down here, you're like, he's looking at his magazine and he's gone with it. It's like, what are you doing? He's like, no, of course not. Okay. He's an outcast. Now they're all here practicing and building up their powers and everything. And he's talking about, what use is there for a guy who burns things up? Anyway, anybody with a big lighter could do that. Only preference was I could do it faster and better, from a distance and all at once. The day I turned 18, I was out of there. Wow. You can see that that's a cool truck there. Now here, let's look a little bit different artwork here. For 2 years, it was great. The casinos needed someone to scare guys who owed them money, needed someone who was an attraction. He's got, forget the albino tigers, they had me. He loved all of it, he says. It wasn't my fault that they had me muscle the wrong man. They were trying to extort cash out of the guy, make him understand who was boss. I didn't know, I didn't ask. So all of a sudden, the DA is involved, and I'm named for extortion. Since the regular cops were afraid and to try anything, figured they couldn't handle me. They sent for help. And here he comes, flag. I hear he volunteered for the job. Wow. You see the two different faces. That's got to be David Finch. And there's Koo there. Now they're fighting. Over the years, it went on and on across half the planet. I'd go somewhere, change my name, start over, get in trouble, and there he'd be. Fighting. Wow. That's a cool page there. I wonder what some of these pages go for. I'd like to see some of these pages. And he's here. What's he saying down here? There were times I really thought he wanted to kill me, and times when I knew I wanted to kill him. Probably could have too, but you didn't. No. So why didn't you? I don't know. I mean, even when we were fighting, I kept thinking I could just talk to him, explain things, he'd understand. And what would you explain? That it wasn't my fault. That I hadn't wanted for people to get hurt. I didn't know about that first guy being innocent. I didn't start that fight in Vegas. I didn't ask for this power. It's not the power's fault, Jerry. It's what people do with it. If our work here proved anything, it's that each of you shapes the power just as much as the power shapes you. It's symbolic. So you're saying it's all my fault? Yes and no. I guess what I'm saying is maybe you become what you thought you were because it was easier than proving to them what you really were. And what's that? You tell me. I don't know. Maybe that's the problem. Wow. That's pretty cool. Make you think. Nice thinking there. Well, anyway, I'll tell you one thing for sure. That costume of his looks pretty darn impressive when he's coming at your head at 500 miles an hour, or per hour. Mega Man, who'd have thought? It's late. I should go. Sorry for barging in on you like this, Doc. It's okay. You're welcome to stay. No, I better get it going. And he's like, wanted to see how Jason was doing when I came in the first place. He said, he'll be disappointed he didn't see you. Right. Come on, Doc. Because he's asked about you from time to time. Well, there's time. Maybe I take it you didn't hear about Joe. Joe Drake? No, what happened? He died this past Thursday. We just had the funeral the other day. How? Some of us say it was an accident. Some say he was murdered. Wow. I don't believe it. Of all of us in the group, Joey got along with everybody. He didn't have an enemy in the world. I know. Either way, though, if you were going to say anything to him, it's too late. Don't wait until it's too late again, Jerry. Wow. Thanks for the talk, Doc. It was good seeing you again. If you see Paula Rodriguez anytime soon, give her my best, okay? I'll do that, Jerry. Take care. And he flames on. He's taking off. He's up here. Looks windy out there. Jason, where are you? Back here, Andrea. I can't help myself. I just keep looking at him. Is that normal? Perfectly. You sure? Absolutely. But if you wake him up again, invulnerable or not, I'm nailing your head to the wall. All right. I know what that's like. So what were you calling about? The office called again. They seem pretty desperate to talk to you. I know, the South American thing. I'm just not sure it's the right thing. I mean, is this sort of thing what I signed on for? They're just villagers who want to earn a living. The company says they're revolutionaries. But is that such a bad thing? We started out the same way a couple hundred years. Knock, knock. Who'd be up at this hour? I don't know. Just stay here just in case. Wow. He opens up the door. Hello? Nope. Copy of Mega Man. And the silhouette of the house and him standing there. You see a flame going off. So he did take it. Okay, the secret is out. And the world will never be the same. Rising stars this summer. The sky is falling and the stars are rising. Wow. There's the back of it. That was something, I think something happened, like a meteor landed and something happened with the kids in that area, or pregnant mothers or something like that, and they all had powers or something like that. But yeah, this is something I drew. I didn't draw anything about him, but I drew a flag. And this was my picture of flag I drew. I liked him back in 2000. And I liked the character, but this is what happened. And when he's talking about metaphor or something like happening, he went crazy a little bit and started taking people out. So I drew him crazy. I wish I'd have drew him like a hero more. Maybe I could draw it again and cover this part up here and stick it down like they do, and just make him smile or just make him looking serious. But I spent a lot of time on this one. But see, I had his hands down, like, because he was crazy in the comic book for some reason. He was like weird. But this is my version of it. Everything. But I'm going to send this comic book off and try to do some more. But that's it. Thank you very much for watching. And please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. And check out some of my other videos. And I monetize now, so I'm trying to get a little bit of ads put on these videos and everything, which is kind of cool, I think. Everything. You don't have to watch all the ads, just a little bit of it. And it helps me get a little bit of money. And then as I use it, I'm going to try to get more comic books and hopefully have more contests pretty soon. I love doing contests. This last one I've had, it took up a lot of time, but I'm going to try to get these books out. And these are all these other ones out that I'm trying to get done. Go through them and let you get this all sent in the mail. And then I'll start another one hopefully next month. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, you guys. And have a great day. And Collector News out.